What up, Gale Nation? Welcome back to H24 Sports. I am your host, Jacob J. Tivnan. Below me is Sliced Bread, Vin Pinchero. And to the left, you know him, you love him. He is the top dog, Danny Reardon.
I'm to the right. It is the right, actually.
That's okay.
But,
Who cares? Who cares? Who cares?
But it's okay. You're you're left
it's fun.
It's right.
Let's get into it. Yankees lost. I'm sad.
Right, so let's straight into that. Okay. Yeah. So that occurred. I don't know, a week ago.
Game 5 was last Friday.
Yeah, so a week ago.
Time of recording.
Yeah. So Yankees lost in traumatic fashion.
Same as last year, basically.
Oh, almost identical. Freaking Aaron Boone decided, first off, managing in that game, beyond poor.
Yeah.
Jordan Montgomery put together. Well, no, Monty started game 4. Who started game 5?
Monty started game 4, which was fantastic. Garrett Cole started game 5.
He did his job. Cole did his job.
Pitched 5 1/3. One hit, but it was a home run up from Austin Meadows. And that's going to happen with Cole. He's going to give up the long ball, but he shut down everyone.
He shut down Randy Arozarena.
That one at back. Oh yeah, we stuffed the hottest hitter in baseball.
Yeah.
And you're going to let up the long ball with Austin Meadows, with just Garrett Cole in general. And it just got over 2. It wasn't by a lot. So
George was in a bad position.
One pitch that he got ahead on, but like, if you're the Yankees, you got to get more run support than just one run. You got it.
Yeah.
You got it. And they had chances, and it just was a failure. But if I'm Aaron Boone and I'm the analytical department, what makes me think that pitching we would have had 3 2/3? Because we would have 3 2/3. What makes you think splitting up Zach Britton and Aroldis Chapman for those innings is a good idea? Both guys don't go over that much. If we were to make it to the 9th, Aroldis Chapman would have pitched 7 outs. He's not a 7-out guy. He's not that caliber of a player. He just isn't. So I get it. Chad Green was tired. He was used all throughout the series. And you can't really rely on other guys. Ottavino's not really reliable. Loizaga, Holder, they're not reliable. But you know what? You got to use someone. Just maybe even for the end of the 6th, use them there. And then save Britton for the 7th. And then maybe try and string it together between Chapman and Britton for the 7th inning.
Get Britton an out or 2, and then bring Chapman in for the final 4 or 5 outs. And when you look at the managing, sorry, go ahead. You go first.
I just want to make one more point. Scott Brousseau, I believe his first name's Scott.
Mike Brousseau.
Mike Brousseau. How you can look at a lineup card and go, Brousseau, Chapman, the guy that Chapman threw at earlier in the year. Whether you agree it was intentional or not, he did throw 101 at his head.
You don't do that. No one.
What makes you think that this guy isn't looking for revenge against this particular player? What makes you? I hate to be sounding like a chicken right now, but you have to pitch around that guy. You can't put in Chapman with that guy. You either don't pitch Chapman that early, or you walk him. You don't face him. You can't face him. And what happened? He had a heck of an at-bat, one of the best I've seen in the playoffs, and then he took him deep. And then just rinse, cycle, repeat of last year with Altuve. I mean, this guy now he's done it 3 postseasons. He's done it in 2016 with the Cubs, last year with us, and this year with us. So at what point do you go, Aroldis Chapman is not the clutch guy anymore? We need to move on from him. I'm kind of at that point now.
It's you got to look at it in a couple of ways. I mean, he was lights out at the start of September, but none of that, the regular season, none of that really matters when you get to the postseason, because if you can't put batters away when your team needs it, you are not that guy that they need. And when you look at the Yankee bullpen, obviously Ottavino had a terrible year, so they had no faith in him. Chad Green was tired. Britton and Chapman are both tired, and I feel like a lot of that also comes on the injuries that they had, especially in the bullpen, because you lost Betances in the offseason to the Mets. You lose Tommy Kahnle early in the season with Tommy John, and I feel like Tommy Kahnle, who was fantastic last year, Tommy Kahnle was on a rise, and for him to go down like that is unfortunate, and I feel like that bullpen,
That was
that
nail.
bullpen, that was nail in the coffin. That bullpen would have been.
Insert Tommy Kahnle for the situation. We're talking about the Yankees and the LCS right now. Maybe even
Yep.
the World.
And another point you were about Boone. How do you I think what was it, the 7th inning or the 6th inning? How do you pinch hit your
No.
your number 9 batter in Kyle Higashioka, who's been crushing the ball lately? You pinch hit him for Mike Ford, a player who is a backup. He's a backup, and he's not a put the bat on the ball type of hitter. He's either strikeout, ground out, or hit the ball in the seats. And on top of that, you put in Gary Sanchez after Mike Ford's at bat to catch Aroldis Chapman.
In that situation, I feel like you have no choice because he's
you let Higashioka bat.
Yeah, I agree. Let Higashioka finish the game, but at that point, like, who else are you gonna have catch? You can't throw Mike.
Sorry to interrupt you, Danny, but like
You're good.
the Yankee pitching staff and the entire coaching staff still believes Aroldis Chapman is the guy that is the hardest pitcher in baseball. Newsflash, he isn't. He's a power pitcher that lost his power. He throws at top 102 now, and we barely see 102.
And Garrett Cole throws 100.
He throws 96 to 100 now. That's Aroldis Chapman's fastball. That's his heater. His heater isn't 104, 105 anymore. He doesn't consistently throw over 100. He just doesn't do that. And saying like, oh, Gary has had practice catching him. He can catch him. No. Higgy catch Garrett Cole. He can handle Aroldis' fastball. On top of that, if you're pitching for Higgy, which is okay because he's definitely not the best hitter on the bench, you want to know who was? Clint Frazier. You pinch hit him for Clint Frazier, not Mike Ford. Why would you pinch hit Mike Ford? That's almost as bad as pinch hitting for Gary. Like, you have to look at what puts you in the best position to win, and pinch hitting for Higashioka, for Mike Ford, is not the best position to win.
No, I agree. I agree with you. I agree with that. That was not the best decision.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just ranting.
Okay, I feel you. I don't know. I mean, and they already said Boone is coming back. I know Yankee fans already were coming for Boone's head.
Yeah, I mean,
are you guys part of that crowd or no?
I want him gone. Yeah, I mean, he came in 2018. He came in 2018. 2018 was kind of like, it's his first year. He made some mistakes, but he looks okay. 2019, we kind of piggybacked off the Savages thing, but he still was making mistakes. But he wasn't making as many. 2020, in a 60-game season, he made a lot of mistakes. And his most crucial mistakes came in games 3 and 5 of the ALDS against a rival, a team that, like, kind of a new rival in a sense, like, over his tenure. So, first off, you start Devi for 1 inning and then put in Jay Happ for the next 3 and lose the game already by the 4th inning. Like, that's not managerial sense. Doesn't make any sense.
I feel like that situation. I'm sorry to cut you off. I feel like that situation itself. I feel like that was an agreed decision with Cashman and what Boone wanted.
Yeah, they tried to throw off the Rays and it didn't work.
I think it's more so the analytical department that's saying like, oh, this puts us in the best position to win, and it doesn't. Like, they're like, oh, the numbers don't lie. The numbers do lie. Sometimes you just got to use the eyeball test. Like, analytics have brought a lot into this game. And look at Tampa; they're the most analytically sound team in the league right now, and they're 1 win away from the World Series, from making the World Series. So
yeah, and we all know the Yankees aren't an analytical heavy team. Like, they never focused on the numbers.
They are. That's why we lost.
Yeah. But going off the Boone thing,
you know what? I'll give it another year, but
yeah.
I don't like him. I'm going into the season not liking him.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
180 from going in last season to this season. Like,
yeah.
I was like, I like Boone. I think he's got a lot to show, and I think he'll be good. I think he's a good players manager. And then he's a complete puppet for the analytical department. He doesn't really do anything. He sticks to the cards so often. He doesn't make any changes. He doesn't change on the fly. Like, he's not a good manager.
Yeah, and I'm gonna piggyback off what you said. If these mistakes keep happening, I give him top max 2 years, and then he's out because Cashman handpicked this guy, and if he's not going to bring your prestigious franchise success, he's gone, and they can find a new guy. Cashman can always find a new guy, and if Boone keeps making mistakes, he's going to be out by 2022.
Also, I'm just going to briefly go through the ALCS and the LCS. NLCS, Atlanta leads 3-1. Ken clinches the pennant tonight. Playoff Kershaw returned.
Yeah.
sucks. I really feel bad for him at this point.
Yeah, it's pretty bad for him.
Cody Bellinger is making plays left and right. He's outstanding. And in the ALCS, Tampa leads 3-2. Houston is sparking a little comeback here. Correa hit a walk-off bomb yesterday. I hated watching that. It was painful. And yeah, Tampa better not choke a 3-0 lead, or else I will be very angry.
That's gonna be funny. That's gonna be funny though. Just
It
because
won't.
you know,
I hate it.
I mean, just because your rivals blew a 3-0 lead. That's kind of funny.
Houston's a bigger rival.
True. Fair enough. You got a point.
So yeah,
You got a point.
that's baseball.
That's baseball. Basketball.
Yeah, we can move on to
Basketball's a little more positive, honestly.
LeBron.
Yeah, so the Heat won. So Dana and I had a complete 180 that night. The Yankees lost in awful fashion, and then I flipped the Heat game from the computer to the TV, and they won Game 5, and it was incredible. Jimmy Butler is fantastic. I love him more than life itself. I mean, hello. So
Buckets.
Jimmy Buckets, baby.
Jimmy G Buckets, and the G stands for gets. But game 6 couldn't get things rolling. And LeBron and AD were just too much. It is what it is. Like we had a feeling coming into the series, like we're definitely not going to win this. But let's see what kind of fight they give. And they went down without a fight. Like even to the bitter end. Like they were down.
Game 6 was like the first half of future.
And they were still going for buckets in the fourth, like deep in the fourth quarter, down by infinity. And they were still trying. That is what I like to see. I loved seeing that.
Yeah,
like,
they're a team that doesn't want to give up.
They didn't give up until the bitter end. Like Solomon Hill drilled a 3 with like 13 seconds to go. Like you could have just dribbled it out. But he drilled the 3 and let the Lakers dribble it out. I'm like, that's I love seeing that. That's awesome. Now, but the Lakers did win. LeBron winning Finals MVP. His fourth Finals MVP. I did the math quickly as the Lakers won. I was like, does AD have enough here? I'm like, nah, he doesn't. It's LeBron.
AD had a really good case though. But
AD had a very good case.
You were saying
that. I mean, I think I said it last week on the show. If not, I said it before. Anthony Davis is the best compliment to LeBron James that there ever was and there ever will be. And it's looking like AD is going to opt out of his contract and re-sign with the Lakers.
No.
I don't blame him. I feel like that's a surprise to no one. But.
I don't blame them either. They're going to run it back. They're going to have a lot of guys with stuff to prove, especially Danny Green, because he choked Game 5. But the Lakers are looking very good for the next few years. I mean, LeBron's only there for 2 more.
He'll stay.
I'm not sure what he's going to do after those 2, because he's kind of a wild card. But he's there for another 2 years.
Well, he'll go. I feel like he'll just go to wherever Bronny goes.
I don't think Bronny will be done by then.
He won't be done. No. How old's Bronny right now?
He's a sophomore. He's 16.
In what, high school or college?
High school. He's
Okay,
16.
so his last year.
He's going to college, Danny. He's not going to go from high school to the draft.
He has to have a 1-year gap period between his senior year of high school and his
So his last year in LA, Bronny will be a senior. I think Bronny will just have like a 1 year with LA just to stay in LA.
Yeah, I think it depends on LA and Anthony Davis. If not, then I can see LeBron going. I can see him going. Not to Miami, but I can see him going back to Cleveland. I can see him
going to the Knicks.
No.
Come on. Like I know my team is stuck in perpetual garbageness, but like let me hope.
Also, we can talk free agency later on, but I did see a little bit of a plan for Miami, and I'm kind of with it. It would be so we have a few free agents, but it would be to re-sign Jay Crowder.
Oh yeah, you sent me this. I'm a fan of
Jay Crowder and Goran Dragic, which I like. I agree with that.
Which is a smart move.
Free agency. Sign Serge Ibaka and Danilo Gallinari. Yes. And then
I love Danilo.
And then make a trade for Victor Oladipo, giving up our first-round pick, Kelly Olynyk, and Kendrick Nunn. Now, it does seem a little off balance, but if I'm going to play a little bit of bias here, Victor Oladipo is a rental. He's only a 1-year contract. He's going to be a free agent, and he doesn't want to play in Indiana. What?
Indiana. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, he doesn't want to. He wants out of Indiana. Kendrick Nunn is a good young point guard. I don't really know if they need a point guard, but he's good.
Well, they got Brogdon. They can run Brogdon at the 2, and then
Yeah, Kelly Olynyk is a solid 4, but he's also good for matching the contract. And we are definitely trading our first round pick. I do not see us keeping that pick.
There's no need. Well, I was looking at this as well. If we do keep our first round pick, I was looking at guys that we could need and guys that we could use. And one of the guys that you wanted to sign. And Vin, yes, I promise we'll talk about hockey because we're going fandom on this. We'll talk about their hockey in a bit. But anyway, I was looking at like potential guys that we could need. And I've said this before. I think I said this to you, Jacob. I don't know if I said it on the show, but I felt like the number one need was what we traded away last year in Whiteside, which is a guy that can block shots and grab some rebounds that isn't Bam Adebayo because he's the only one on the team that can do that. So I was thinking maybe in the draft, Daniel Oturu from Minnesota. He's 6'10". He's a big body. He can grab rebounds, block some shots.
What about the guy from Kansas?
What's his name again?
I forget, but you know who I'm talking about.
I think I know who you're talking about. If he's, the thing is, like, I didn't want like a 6'9", 6'8" center. Like I wanted someone that was like 6'10" or whatever.
Azubuike.
How tall is he?
He's 7 foot 270.
I don't know if he'll fall that far. That's the thing.
If I can interrupt real quick, gentlemen. There are 4 teams currently looking into Oladipo. One of them being the Heat, the second being the Mavericks, the third being the Nets, and the fourth being the Knicks.
I have seen the Mavs being involved. I don't think the Knicks have a package strong enough. I'm sorry, pal.
I mean, no, I'm not saying they do. I'm saying they're just interested.
Yeah.
I mean, they could send like Smith Jr., Nikita, Knox, draft pick.
Yeah, Brooklyn can do it. Oladipo and Kyrie in the backcourt would be so nice.
But like, imagine Oladipo and like nobody else because the Knicks have nobody to back him.
LOL.
All right,
life is pain for Knicks fans.
I'm a little excited about Alexis Lafreniere.
I am excited about Alexis Lafreniere.
You put together a few potential lines.
I grabbed my trusty napkin.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we all know, Alexis Lafreniere is a left wing. So whatever line he plays on, who he plays on, he will be on the left side of the ice most of the game. I have 2 different centers he can match up with in multiple lines, and I have 4 different right wings. So the first line I have is Lafreniere, Zibanejad, and Panarin. That makes me happy because those are 2 of the best players in the league, and then adding one of the best prospects the league's seen in a while.
What line was Mika and Artem? Who was the left wing with Artemi and Mika last year?
Kreider, I think.
I thought Kreider was second line. I might have been Kreider, but I think Kreider was second.
It could have been Kreider, Strome, or it might have been Boston. No, yeah, he's gone. Strome's a center.
Never mind.
So yeah, which leads into my second line being Lafreniere, Strome, and Kakko, which is a nice young line.
That's very
develop.
Yeah.
And then I have Lafreniere, Strome, and Panarin. Panarin and Strome were on a line for most of the season last year. It was Strome, Panarin, and Kakko, I believe that line was. So I think adding Lafreniere to that would be a fantastic idea. And then the 4th line I have is Lafreniere, Zibanejad, and Kakko. The Rangers only have 2 really strong centers. I think Lafreniere could pair up with Zibanejad and Strome. And I think any line containing those 3 players is a good line because Strome had a great year where he was a really good role player and playmaker on the team. Zibanejad had a breakout season. Panarin had a great season, and just adding Lafreniere is really good. And the 5th line I have is Lafreniere, Strome, and Buchnevich. Pavel Buchnevich, a little underrated. I believe he's a little underrated in the Rangers because they have so many big names. I think he kind of gets lost in the shuffle, but he's still a really good option to have. And the final line I have, which is kind of the weirdest line, is Lafreniere, Zibanejad, and Brendan Lemieux. And I put that line together because Zibanejad brings the playmaking and the goal scoring. Lemieux brings that toughness to a line that a lot of teams need. A lot of teams need toughness because if you're not tough out there, you're gonna get ran over. And then Lafreniere, he's just Lafreniere. So those are the lines. Those are the lines I thought up in my head. I mean, there's probably many more combinations, and he's probably going to be on a line that's not on this list. But that's the list I made.
You think he's going to make he's going to win the Calder?
I mean, I'm not going to jinx anything, but I think he's got a very good shot. I think.
Okay, well, I'm a little excited. Okay, well,
I think if he doesn't get injured, and he performs to his ability,
yeah,
why not?
How old? He's 18, right?
I think he's 19. But I will give anybody props to pronounce where he's from.
Slovakia? I don't know.
No, he's from Canada. He's from the Rimouski Oceanic.
Also, so that will include that, and we'll go into predictions now.
Woo!
So let me share the
Pull
screen.
up that spray sheet.
All right, so just cover week 5 real quick. I win again. Sorry, I'm just a genius. 31-11.
Didn't I win last week?
No, I told you you didn't.
No, 2 weeks ago I meant, like week 4.
No, you never win.
I'm in the lead now.
Oh, okay.
Also, Denver, New England didn't play because of COVID, so we left that blank. Yeah, Vin, don't pick the Giants again. Even though I have a feeling you're gonna do it. Okay, so we'll just jump right into it because I don't really know how much time we have left.
All right.
We'll start.
Houston, Tennessee.
I
This is a tough one because
Tennessee blew out Buffalo last week, and they look incredible. Houston, yeah, they have kind of like the post Bill O'Brien era, but Tennessee looks legit. I'm picking.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. I think Houston has momentum, but not as much as Tennessee has. So yeah, I'll pick Tennessee.
I'll rock with Tennessee for now. I might change that if later on in this episode, but for now, I'll rock with Tennessee.
Cincy,
Indy.
Right.
So this is my lock, but I am picking Indy to win, but I am picking Cincy to cover. I think this game is going to be a little closer than the spread entails. I don't think Phil Rivers. I think Phil Rivers is washed. He doesn't look good
Thank
at
you.
all.
Hey,
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you.
Since he doesn't have a good defense, they don't have a good defense, but I think their offense might be able to get a little bit things rolling. I think Burrow might be able to get, the ball rolling and keep the game at least winnable. But I think Indy will, just because how much talent they have on the roster, they will get the job done.
Yeah, you got a great point. I mean, despite Indy having a washed quarterback who's not good anymore on their team, Cincinnati's secondary is putrid, and I think anybody, even a high school quarterback, can throw on a terrible secondary. So give me Indy. Give me Indy. I'm picking Indy. Danny's probably going to pick Indianapolis too because he loves Philip Rivers for some reason.
I do. Lay off my guy Philip. He's a game manager now.
He's washed. He's garbage.
Yeah, he's a noodle arm.
You should have retired with Eli.
All right, Atlanta at Minnesota.
I'm gonna say the Falcons will actually win. Bill
This is
O'Brien. Bill O'Brien 2.0 effect.
Absolute trash can of a game.
I will pick the Falcons.
This is one of 2 trash cans this week that I saw. Looking at the schedule. Oh God, even worse than I thought. Give me Atlanta because it's hard to pick between 2 garbage teams.
I think Atlanta is going to win just because of. I think there's going to be a trend here where head coach.
Hey, you see yourself? You're looking. This is what happens.
All right. The football team versus the Giants.
Can I pick a tie again?
I mean, you can if you want. You want to pick a tie?
I'm not going to pick a tie. I will take.
I have absolutely no faith in this team, so I'm picking the Washington football team. But I think the first time this season. No, it's not. I picked them as a. No, it's not. I remember now. I picked them as to upset someone, and they didn't.
Oh, you said it was a trap game. I remember that.
Yeah, as a football team trash game didn't work.
Danny, you go first.
I'm actually gonna say the Giants will get their first win of the season.
Whoa!
I think the Giants will get it done.
Yeah, look at that. I'm also picking the Giants.
As much as I like Jason Garrett's play calling, Daniel Jones just can't get it done. He can't finish.
That's all right.
We've only had like a handful of other than the Dallas game, we went 2 weeks without having a touchdown. He can't finish in the red zone or a little bit before. So I don't really have too much faith in him right now.
That doesn't matter because you know why, Jacob?
Show me something.
Because this is my lock. This is the game I am taking. The Giants are gonna win the game. They're gonna beat the spread. I don't know what it is. Cover the spread. Beat the spread.
They're gonna cover.
Yeah. Giants are winning. No doubt in my mind.
Denver, New England. Both Cam and Drew Lock are back. So,
But the Patriots had another
Bet-
positive test. So I'm going to ultimately say that COVID wins this game.
You get no points for picking COVID, by the way.
you're just gonna go that it gets canceled.
Canceled. It's not going to happen.
Okay. So Danny is saying COVID. Now,
Yeah,
if COVID does, you don't get a win if COVID wins because the game
You don't
has
get-
to be rescheduled.
You don't get anything.
Dang, wait,
But,
really?
You get nothing.
Yeah.
I can't get points
the game
for calling the cancelization.
No.
No.
Why not?
Because then you can just call every game as a cancellation. And
Oh, geez.
any team that has a positive test, you could just call a cancellation. That's corrupt,
Yeah.
and you know you're
Just-
corrupt. You're corrupt.
If it happens, then I mean, if the game happens, you don't get any points.
But what if it doesn't happen? What if I say this week it'll happen? It'll happen like another.
It's
Okay,
gonna
fine.
get rescheduled. You get nothing.
Like the game can't be canceled
You know
because
what?
you
Fine.
have to
Give me the
finish.
Patriots. Whatever. Give me the Patriots. You guys are no fun. Me.
Okay, cool. I'm also taking the Pats. They're a much better team when Cam's running the offense. So I'm picking the Pats. He's gonna. I know he doesn't want to. You're going to?
Denver. Yeah.
Oh, Denver?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Just because Drew Lock is a god amongst men.
All right. So, let's see who we got next. Baltimore, Philly.
anyone
we all know
taking
this
anyone taking the Philly team?
Anybody? Anybody in here want to take Philly? Anybody? I don't think anybody wants to take Philly.
Unless you do, Danny. 'Cause I do.
I'm good. I love Carson Wentz, and he's not having a good year this year. But it's not all his fault. But I
That's
think
because Carson Wentz is washed.
He's washed after like 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
what you get for getting injured. That's what you get for getting injured so early in your prime.
Yes, because he's first off, he's not in his prime.
Yeah, he's kind of in his prime.
But no, you're in your prime.
This is
You're
gonna
like
be tough, actually.
20s to early 30s. That's your prime.
I mean, he led his team to an 11-0 start, and what has he done since? Absolutely nothing.
Let's see. All right.
Um,
Cleveland at Pittsburgh. We got my Cleveland Browns against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pittsburgh, they're going to expose that Baker is
Yeah.
overrated.
Well, they're not going to expose because Pittsburgh has one of the best defenses in the league. So
Exactly. They're going to expose that
But
garbage
they're
offense. For
not
what
going to
it is.
expose him. They're just going to beat the crap out of him.
Yes.
So,
yes.
I've been rocking with Cleveland for a long time. I think they are legit. Don't get me wrong. I love me some Cleveland football, but
Jacob
Pittsburgh's
loving
gonna-
something in Cleveland.
the Browns are the only thing I like in Cleveland. The only.
That's my.
I literally despise everything else in Cleveland.
All right, well,
That might bite me in the butt in the future. It might, like just in general, like in my future career or anything. But I don't
well,
like
you know what? I'm gonna rock with Cleveland in the situation. I think they are legit, and I think they get past Pittsburgh this time.
Okay.
There you go.
Also, I like to keep in mind, I don't think Cleveland has ever won in Pittsburgh.
Well, it's a first for everything, isn't there?
Then who?
Pitt Cleveland?
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, of course. They have one of the best defenses in the league. They're going to expose that garbage Cleveland offense for what it is. Nothing.
It ain't garbage. It's actually very, very good.
It's garbage. Baker's overrated.
Foles
Alright.
is starting, right?
Chicago at Carolina. Yeah, most likely. Okay, we're at the 10-minute mark.
That's fine. We got time.
We're good. We're good.
We're actually cruising. Yeah, Chicago at Carolina. Foles is starting.
That's gonna be a tough.
I didn't see. I don't think it's tough for me, really. I think it's going to be close, but I'm rocking with the Panthers. They are just on a roll right now, and I think they're going to do well.
Oh, yeah. I agree 100%. Panthers
The only
are
thing-
doing great things. Especially that they
thing-
signed they got that new guy, Robbie Anderson. Oh, yeah.
Robbie Anderson's fantastic.
Oh, my God, yeah. I don't know why the Jets would ever get rid of him. Ooh, pain. Give me Carolina.
Carolina.
Yeah,
Danny,
Carolina.
Chicago, Carolina.
I'll take the Panthers.
All right. And moving on.
And this
Detroit.
is my lock. I think Jacksonville will win.
Picking
Really?
Minshew Mania.
Minshew Mania over
God.
Detroit.
I'm the only one picking a favorite, and that favorite is the New York Football Giants. Wow, what a week! What a week this.
They're gonna run the table. They're gonna run the
That's
table and win the division.
hilarious.
I know. I'm such a funny guy. I like Danny. I like that pick. I do like that pick, but no, I didn't say I was picking Jacksonville.
You said you liked it. That doesn't necessarily mean
I said I like the pick. That doesn't mean I'm going to take Jacksonville. I'm taking Detroit.
Yeah, I'm also rocking
for one simple reason. Matt Stafford is a god.
Wow.
Can you put a frowny face again?
You know what, Danny? You gotta stop putting frowny face and grow up.
No, it's so sad. Actually, okay, fine. You write fire Gase.
No.
You know what, Danny? That's better. I like that.
All caps. Thank you.
There.
Thank you.
This one's easy.
You are taking the Miami Dolphins.
Yes.
Do the Jets have a win this season, Dylan?
They're not going to win this season.
Okay, so both New York teams are combined what, 0-10?
Not the Guardians. The Guardians have a win.
The Guardians don't count. Their season got canceled.
But they had a win.
Be quiet. Buffalo's the best team in New York. Don't at me.
Well, yes, it's clear. But then I'm assuming you're taking the Dolphins, but you also picked.
You would assume correct. I am taking Miami. You think I'm going to pick the Jets against any team? Sorry.
Okay. So now we move on. Green Bay at Tampa Bay. We got Rodgers and Tom Brady.
Angry Aaron Rodgers.
This is gonna be tough. God dang.
I mean, Tampa's got a pretty decent defense. I'm not gonna lie, pretty good.
But like
Rodgers on a
win. Aaron Rodgers is angry.
He is angry. So you know what? I like the.
He is really angry. Oh, Danny, you're gonna pick
Rodgers.
Rodgers, I love you to death, but I think Tampa Bay wins this game.
I mean, Tampa is also getting Godwin back, which is going to be a huge bonus to that team. But yeah, I don't know. I think I just like Green Bay here.
Yeah.
All right. Rams at San Fran.
San Fran's coming off a really bad week. Really bad week.
Well, aren't they aren't all of them just like dead?
Their defense is ripped to shreds.
Yeah, the Giants couldn't do anything.
I'll take the Rams.
That makes me sad. Give me the Rams.
So I'm taking Goff. I think he's going to have a very good week.
As am I.
That's why I'm starting him in fantasy.
That's smart.
KC at Buffalo. Both teams coming off of a loss have something to prove here. It's just whichever AFC house you think is going to bounce back.
I think Kansas City will bounce back.
You gotta get a new filter for the Zoom.
Vin, are you gonna? What are you rocking?
This is a tough one for me, just because I really like Buffalo. I think Josh Allen is a great quarterback. I think he's molding into his own, and that's not just because I have him in fantasy. I truly believe that. But I'm looking at and I see the matchup, and I'm thinking to myself, it's Patrick Mahomes, and the smart thing to do would be to take Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs because they are the Super Bowl champions. But I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills because Bills Mafia, and I like the Bills.
Interesting. I'm taking the Chiefs.
Oh, we don't get to knock out. We don't have the choice to knock on wood this week. I just realized that.
It's okay.
I was going to, no matter who they were playing. I was going to pick the Raiders.
They deserve a bye after beating the Chiefs.
We just knock on wood. Can we knock on wood just in honor?
No, I can't.
No, can't do that.
I can't do that. I'm sorry. Last game, Arizona at Dallas. So both of these games will be Monday Night Football because of Corona.
COVID. There was no Thursday night game. I want to add that. We had no Thursday.
There was no Thursday. So everything will be ahead of time this time.
Everything is perfectly normal and ahead of time.
Okay.
Like it should
Arizona,
be. And hopefully
Arizona,
Danny gets us on time.
Hold up, quick shout out to Dak. Get well soon. That was awful.
Get well soon, Dak. Yeah, I mean that was God. You can only hope for the best.
So Andy Dalton's getting the start. I do like Andy Dalton. Now I'm intrigued. I think Andy Dalton's got a lot to prove. I think he's got a lot to prove. And I think he still has a lot of talent left. Not a lot, but a decent amount. So shout out Mama H.
Oh wow.
I'm taking.
How about the Cowboys? Oh my.
Yeah, I want to pick the Cowboys. I think. Arizona's going to just demolish that defense, but I think they might be playing with a little bit more fire now that Dak's gone.
I agree with you.
I think
That-
Dalton and Zeke and CeeDee Lamb and all of them will abuse Arizona's defense, and it's just going to be an absolute slugfest.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you.
If
To the point
you're
where-
a betting man, bet the over.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Jacob, I agree
Bet
with
the
you.
over anyway. The over's fun.
The over is fine.
Betting the over is always fun. But no, I want to agree with you, Jacob, and that Andy Dalton's not done yet. He's still got some talent left in the tank. But I believe that Arizona is going to just stomp Dallas's teeth in, because not only do you have DeAndre Hopkins, you have Larry Fitzgerald, who can't seem to age, which is,
Air raid
Coach Cliff.
offense.
and you have Coach Cliff and Kyler Murray. But yeah, Arizona's going to torch Dallas. It's going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to come down to probably like a 3 or 5 point game, I think. But Arizona's going to pull out with it.
All I'm gonna say is the air raid offense.
That seems like
Very
Arizona.
nice. Very nice, Danny. Very
All right,
nice.
there is the table.
Wow, look at all the differences we have this week.
Hold up, let me.
We're fun this week. I love it.
Low key. This is kind of average for us.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Wait, go back. You'll see.
Go back to week 5 real quick. We got 2 minutes.
That's 6 differences right there. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 7 differences.
Oh, we're not as fun. No.
No.
Oh, this one was 4. Yeah, I remember week 4 being very lame.
Week 3 was pretty. Yeah.
This one was fun.
6 differences. Yeah, we're on par.
Yeah, we're having fun. We're having fun. You guys just realized too, we got 2 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Daryl Morey, this isn't football at all, but Daryl Morey stepped down, and that's huge.
Yes, Daryl Morey stepped down. Ty Lue's hired by the Clippers.
Yes.
Who's Daryl Morey?
He's the GM and president. He was the GM of the Rockets for the past.
He stepped down.
Yes.
Yes.
So are the Rockets going to blow it up? Who knows? I don't think.
Yeah, they are.
I don't think they're gonna blow it up. I think they're gonna keep going, but their model does not work.
Yes.
I knew it from the jump. Once they traded Clint Capella and started PJ Tucker at this 5, I was like, that's not smart. Not to look at a big
It does show that you definitely need a big guy on the team.
You need a big. You need a big.
Yeah, you know,
Big
the
men
league. I
aren't
mean, yeah, the play style can change
But-
as much as it wants over the years of the league, but you're still going to need a center to, pull down boards.
I've also been.
We're
I
at
like
less than a
Russ.
minute, so
I really do like Russell Westbrook, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. He's not a best or second best player on a championship team. He never will be. Just with his play style, he will never be that type of player. And I don't think you're really getting anything done there with Russ. With Harden, maybe, but Russ, no.
So you think Russ has to go?
Yeah, the Houston was better off with Chris Paul at the 1.
Yeah, they should trade Russell Westbrook to the Knicks.
Actually, no. Have Harden play point. Have Harden play point. Roll back to MVP Harden and have Eric Gordon play the 2, and then keep it rolling from there. Try and get
Fair
him to
enough.
start.
we're at less than a minute. So
With that being said, we gotta cut everything off. Thank you for watching.
thank you guys for watching.
Very very fun time. Yes, very good. See everyone next week.
Hopefully,
Hopefully
Gates is not by the next time I talk to you.
If Danny puts it up. All right. Adios.
See you guys.